Sixers fans, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Lawrence Arnell, and this is Sixers City, where we talk 76ers basketball. And I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Do me a favor, if you guys enjoy the content, hit the like button down below. You see the buttons down there, right? Hit the subscribe button, join the channel, and stick with me throughout the season while we get a look at our 76ers and cheer them on. Preseason is almost over, guys. We're suffering through it together. All right, it is worse than it's even more of a challenge than I anticipated, and it's only gotten worse for me personally, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But I did not do an episode of the show about the other night's game against the Celtics. The Boston Celtics versus the Delaware Bluecoats. I did not bother filming a video about that game. The Boston Celtics are what they are, and the Sixers are doing what they're doing. Right? It's preseason. We have very valuable stars at our disposal who we are not going to be risking the health and well-being of going forward, it looks like. So the Sixers started their third stringers, guys who we need to see. We need to see those guys at some point anyway, right? Figure out who's going two-way, who's getting in the roster, who's going to have a chance to line up. And so maybe we needed to see those guys anyway. Maybe I can justify that to myself. But it really hurt my heart because prior to the start of this game, I bought tickets to Wednesday night's game against the Nets, right? And of course, the Sixers play tonight. They play the Hawks. But prior to the start of that Boston game, I bought tickets to the Nets game. And now I'm not quite sure what I'm walking my family into. What I will say is you guys will get to see it because I'm going to take a camera. My wife, my daughter, and I, we're going to go down there to the game. We're going to watch the Delaware Bluecoats versus the New Jersey Nets, apparently. The Brooklyn Nets. How many times did I call them the New Jersey Nets? That's beside the point. Today, we got some information about the condition of the process. Our team's franchise player, the new $200 million man, Joel Embiid. I got a tweet here from Tim Bontemps. Shout out to Tim Bontemps, ESPN. Joel Embiid has been officially ruled out for the remainder of the preseason. He continues to ramp up for the start of arguably the most anticipated season in his time in Philadelphia. Arguably? Arguably, in the words of my man Vinny Paz, arguably, yeah, this is definitely the most anticipated season in his tenure. It's the most anticipated season probably in the last 20 years for the Sixers. But we will not see Joel for the remainder of the preseason. Looks like Embiid met with doctors on Thursday as part of the process, no pun intended, and that's where it was determined that he is going to be missing the rest of the pros. He's making good progress. Be that as it may, I don't think I expected to see Joel in the preseason. I don't know who in their right mind expected to see Joel in the preseason. I certainly didn't. It wouldn't make sense to be risking him out there. The question that it begs is, what is all this talk about the knee? Right, he got hurt at the end of the season, got hurt mid-season, missed most of the regular season. Played on one wheel in the postseason against the Knicks, and we went out in the first round. He played in the Olympics, and this is an argument that I hear a lot. He played in the Olympics. The guy played like 10 minutes a game for 4 or 5 games, and came home with a gold medal. I don't think that the Olympics was the trial for Joel that a lot of people are trying to make it out to be. So I don't know that he re-injured himself. It is an interesting question that the Sixers gave him that big contract if there's a chance that he's not actually healthy. from Heal for Life. So why would you give him $200 million more if he's not fully healthy? Sounds like a reasonable question. Why would you give this guy all this money if he's not fully healthy? I think you give him the money because he's the process. He is your current franchise player. Even an injured Joel Embiid. I mean, on one wheel, the Knicks had no answer for this guy. So the reason you give him the money is because he's earned it. He is still one of the best players in the league, and even with just one good knee, he's good for 20. He's good for 20, 25 a night on one knee. Apparently, he's going to be wearing a brace. Let's see. This is from Joel, right? Sixers Galaxy's got this from Joel Embiid. Not from Joel Embiid. This is from Sixers Galaxy. Joel and Paul George both, I think, are very likely to miss just about every back-to-back, and certainly the vast majority of them. This is not a strange idea that these guys are not going to be playing back-to-back games. I have absolutely no anticipation whatsoever. It was never the case that I thought, or anybody in their right mind thought, that we would be seeing Joel Embiid in back-to-backs, especially now that we've got a third star. Joel told me he's going to wear the knee brace. He actually hates wearing braces or face masks. He told me he's gotten more comfortable with it and has wrapped his head around the idea that while he thinks he can play without it, it's better to play with it. That's Joel Embiid, concerned about his physical health and readiness for the postseason. Joel Embiid is reported to have had a conversation with Nick Nurse where he stated, "Hey man, listen, we got to do what we got to do to make sure that I am prepared for the postseason," and I can respect that. I can also respect anybody who's got questions about why, what it is that we can expect from these guys throughout the course of the season. Because now it looks like we're going to be load managing Paul George as well. Now it looks like, well, of course we're going to be load managing Paul George as well. Paul George is a load managed kind of guy, right? This is why you have a third star. You have to have the opportunity to rest a guy who needs rest. This is just the age of the game that we're watching today. It would be great to see somebody play all 82 games and perform at an elite level. And quite frankly, the demand these guys are under these days and the physical strains they're facing, it's just not happening. And these guys are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and it's unreasonable, I think, to expect anybody to go out there and try to Iron Man their way through an entire 82-game season. So what we're going to get is 3 incredible basketball players giving each other time to rest and hopefully making it to the playoffs, making it through the playoffs. We can't do much worse than last year. We got nowhere to go but up from here. And I already have tickets to the Sixers Nets preseason game. It's almost sad. It's almost sad. My family and I, we always have a great time. You guys should come down to the games this season. I've also landed some decent seats for the Pistons game on the 30th, so I get to be there for Tobias Harris's homecoming. My daughter is fully prepared for the boos. She's always surprised at the level of booing that takes place when the opposing team is being announced. She's like, I cannot imagine what it's going to be like when they announce his name on the 30th. It's going to be a good time. I want you guys to experience this with me. So again, if you like the content, hit the buttons down below, like and subscribe, and stick with me throughout the season. Do yourself a favor and get close to God. And whatever you do, do good first.